You're saying, Ron, where are you? Well, I slipped over here to the, I didn't slip actually, I walked to the What I Do set, and I'm with Robert Melnichuk, the host of What I Do, and I'm sure many of our viewers remember What I Do as was part of the body of 100 Huntley Street for such a long time, but now has expanded into its own program, half hour on CTS, and tell us when.
Ron, we've been on air for a couple of months now. We're on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. and Saturday afternoons at 3:30 p.m.
All right, and we want to check in with you every once in a while from 100 Huntley Street because we still feel like it's our baby that's out there now that it has grown up and expanded, to find out what's going on and to let people know, you know, what they can plug in and see. What's been happening?
Well, Ron, we just got back from Calgary about a month ago and did a couple of stories on some men and women who actually believe that they're called to do what they're doing. And it's not the typical traditional calling as being a pastor, a pastor's wife, or a missionary, but they are called in business. And Ron, one of the unique things I found as we do travel across the country is that people have this amazing desire to share the love of God. And I personally believe the greatest power, the greatest force on this planet is God's love. And we've had that ability to be able to experience that love. Those of us who follow Christ, our lives have been transformed by the power of God's love. But it's interesting, Ron, that we receive that love, we're to share that love, we're to give that love away. And you know what we do? We give it away to our family, to our friends, to our faith communities. But what about where we spend 50 to 60% of our lives? In the workplace.
That's true, yeah.
Why don't we share the love of God there, but do it in the proper way? And Ron, there are men and women that I have found as we have searched for What I Do candidates who actually, in a very respectful and responsible way, share the tangible love of God in their workplace because they believe that's their calling.
And just as you say that, I'm thinking people are out there saying, hey, I'm a candidate too. I bet, you know, I'd love for you to share it. My story with you, and maybe they can connect with you, and we'll give you a website in a little bit.
Ron, and one of the gentlemen that we did feature, Parnell Kowalski, he's a man that's got an incredible depth of love. Now, Parnell has a mill shop. It's DG Mill Shop located in Calgary. Now, Parnell is a marketplace minister par none. He's a man, he believes God's called him to be a businessman, but he also looks at that platform as being an opportunity to share the love of Christ to those who are hurting within his own environment as his employees. And I want us to watch this clip and listen to what Parnell says regarding his position almost as a pastor within his workplace. Let's watch this.
And I think in marketplace ministry, I really look at this as a hospital for the sick. My staff are such that, you know, we've got hurts, there's personal problems, there's addictions, life choices, etc. So my staff are such that my door is always open. I meet regularly with a lot of my staff. We do have existing Christians within this facility. The Christians that are here know that I'm a Christian. I make sure they know that they are Christians and they have a responsibility to be bold. And we're not talking pulpit ministry. We're talking to showing the love of Christ. And hopefully through that we have the opportunity to speak into somebody's life. So if we look at some of my staff here and if they're going through some hurts and some pains, there is a support network here that we're able to minister to them, which has been just absolutely really rewarding and outstanding.
Well, Robert, what a great attitude for him to just look at his workplace as a place, well, there's hurting people there that need help, and I know I have something to give them. And so it's, as he says, he finds it very rewarding.
And Ron, you know, he says it's not standing up and preaching at people. It's just simply in unique ways showing the tangible love of God. And he believes that if I can show the love of God, then I can build a relationship with the people, and then I can actually speak into their lives. And you know, it's exciting because God will bring people in our pathway. And we look at that sometimes within our faith communities. But what about the workplace? The person sitting right beside you or the person that you will meet as a supplier every month. I mean, they're real people who have needs and they're hurting. And God is so unique because he can bring those people, gives us an opportunity, and we can speak right into their lives.
All right. Well, how about another one that comes to mind that you've either done recently or coming up?
Well, Ron, Lindsay Grice. Now, Lindsay is a trainer of horses and horse riders. She judges competitions dealing with horses, and she's just out of Orangeville here. But you know what? Lindsay is an amazing woman, very successful, but very passionate. I'm not sure if I've met a person yet that's as passionate about what they're doing and knowing that they're called to do it. But she also has this incredible depth, and it's a depth of love. Every day, Lindsay will pray, Ron, you know what? Bring people my way. Lord, allow me through every opportunity that when I'm teaching or when I'm training or when I'm being a mentor, to let me speak and to share the love of God, because God, my calling in business is my ministry. And Ron, I just want us to view this clip, and I want us to see exactly, it's almost like Lindsay's prayer, but her desire of how amazing God is in bringing people uniquely across her pathway. Let's watch this.
I'm always surprised at the circles God leads me into, to be able to talk to people about life issues, about the hurts that they're going through, about the disillusionment they have. I never know when I'm going to be meeting someone and starting a relationship with them as a coach and as my student, where those conversations are going to go. It might be in a car when we are driving to go look at a horse prospect. It might be with one of my colleagues on the showgrounds at a horse show. It might be on a plane with someone as I'm flying to go and teach a seminar. I just start talking, and God leads the conversation, and the connecting point is horses.
All right. It's so encouraging to know that there's people like Lindsay there, that lights that God has placed in different places in business and just in their work life, that God can use in wonderful ways, and they see it as their calling in life.
Their calling. And as Lindsay said, everything she does for God and serving God is always connected to horses, which is her passion. So God's a very unique and an amazing God, Ron.
All right. Well, Robert, it's great to check in with you once again, and we'll do it again in a little while. But people can connect with you directly. How?
They can go to our website, whatido.net, or they can email me at robert@whatido.net, and then view our program now. 30-minute program every Sunday night on CTS, 6 p.m., and every Saturday afternoon, 3:30 p.m.
And someone might be thinking, well, I've got a story that Robert needs to know about, and so you can go onto his website, whatido.net, and maybe tell a bit of your story, or the person that you think would be a great guest for him.
Yes.
All right, how's that?
That's excellent. Thank you, Ron.
Okay, thanks, Robert. See you next time.